Right now, authorities are still working to find out more information about the suspect in Saturday's shooting at the White House Correspondents Dinner. With so many unanswered questions, some people are flooding social media with their theories. A survey from the Pew Research Center last October found 9 in 10 adults say they sometimes come across news they think is inaccurate. And more than half said they find it difficult to determine what's true when they get news. Joining us now is JJ Green, national security correspondent with our news partners at WTOP. JJ, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me again.
So I come to understand when I was talking with my producer earlier that you have gotten several calls or DMs from people reaching out to ask you if that shooting really happened.
Yeah, hey, no, it's not several, it's dozens. And it's not just coming from people that are on the periphery of news or periphery of the information space. This is coming from people that are well connected, some in the information business, the media business. Others who are very well educated and very well adjusted people who are asking this question: did this really happen? And is this true? And this to me is quite disturbing because of who these questions are coming from.
And, you know, I mean, that brings us to, how do we get to this point where there are people who you would think, there's no way you would fall for certain things like this or maybe get sucked into these type of rabbit holes. But how do we get to this point where people are questioning what they see and hear, even from, reputed news organizations?
Well, the bottom line here is that somebody blew up the rabbit hole. We're not going down into the rabbit hole. In many cases, we're living in it, because you find situations where information is put out on a regular basis that is blatantly false, flatly untrue, and frankly, it makes a lot of people question that information on a daily and regular basis. And sometimes when you have situations like the one that took place on Saturday night, which, by the way, is the third time that someone allegedly has tried to assassinate the president, there are those that are asking that question: is this real? Is this staged? In part because of the fact that there are other elements of the information ecosystem that go along with this president that make people question truth and reality. So simply put, people now have gotten used to hearing and seeing certain things that they know are not true, but when they see true things that are associated with a certain individual, a certain organization, or suspect in some cases, they ask this question: is this true? Is this real? And it's becoming more and more prevalent.
I know that you were talking about a factor in this could be just from the president himself, with some people having or taking issue that he may manipulate the truth or that he may exaggerate certain things. Does AI come into this for you with so many what look to be like well produced, high definition videos coming out of things that are absolutely not true?
Well, AI is in everything right now, and it depends on the level and the degree. And I don't think, frankly, we have enough time in the show or in a day to go into the ways that AI engages and is involved. But I'll tell you this: as you know, I wrote a book not too long ago. It's called The Noise War. It's about how to fight disinformation and find truth when everything is lying to you. One of the reasons why people have these problems that they have right now is the flood of information that's coming at them. And that flood, one of the founding supports of that flood is AI. So the way you address that is to slow down. Understand that you're getting this flood coming from sources like AI and other places and other perhaps people, and slow down and take a moment to think through what it is that's happening, and then to think about what it is that it's designed, in many cases, to make you do, how it's designed to make you feel. Disinformation is not successful because we're stupid. It's successful because we're human. And this is something that we really need to be careful about, to understand that there are things that may happen, things we may see that are designed to provoke an emotional reaction. So we really have to slow down and recognize and understand, yeah, AI may be involved in this, but we have a role to play too in figuring out where to go and what to do.
Well, we all know that conspiracy theories are really stubborn, JJ. How can, we as just, one individual influence our circles, talk to the people around us who, when they say, hey, the president, that was all a hoax. He never got shot. He never was shot at. And we say, no, that did happen. And here's how. And they go, psh, yeah, no, it was all fake. Is there any, is there any convincing those types of people who are just really steadfast in their ways right now?
Each one, reach one, is something that I was taught a long time ago, and it applies to many different things. Don't think that you're going to address a problem as significant as this by simply sitting down and trying to convince people. One of the things that I think is important is to meet people where they are, not to try to bring them to your place to discuss something like this with them. You have to meet them where they are and let them know that you see them, you hear them, that what they think is valid and real. Don't dismiss it. That's the way to start. And the famous poet Alexander Pope is someone I quote quite often, is men, and in this case women too, must be taught as if you've taught them not. That's what he wrote. And he said, things unknown presented as things forgot. Basically what he's saying is you have to meet people where they are, give them agency, treat them with respect, and let them know that you see and hear them, and understand that it's not going to be as simple as walking in and saying, I know better than you. That's not going to happen. The way to do it is gradually, with respect, and to do it in an efficient way.
Absolutely. Great advice there, JJ. And where can the people find you if they want to learn more about you, your reporting, and your book?
Well, I think most of the folks at Channel 7 know. They probably can find me talking to you quite often, and you guys there. But I work at WTOP. We're 103.5 FM on the dial. This book, it's called The Noise War. You can find it at Amazon, and you can contact me directly if you want to.
Appreciate you, JJ. Thank you so much for your expertise on a matter that is very important in the here and now. Appreciate your help.
Sure.